We'll need some heavy weights and medium weights. We're going to be bringing back some of those like quarter or halfway up shoulder presses, as well as some bicep holds, tricep extension holds as well. Go for it. Yep. And yeah, in case you guys just heard me right there, we are going to be doing some heavyweights and medium-sized weights today. Some stuff I've done in the past. I don't think I've done it since I've gotten back, but it'd be like shoulder press. We're going halfway up, halfway down. So tend to need some medium weights for that, as well as some bicep holds and tricep holds at parallel to the ground. So those some things that medium weights might be beneficial for. Some of us, I'm sure, can do heavy weights, but otherwise, guys, we're going to go start here in about a minute, maybe two. Happy Friday, yeah. Yeah, it seems pretty slow out there, so kind of, at least looking at the street, not a whole lot of people are downtown, so they seem to be taking advantage of a weekend, or at least a home work from home weekend. But we'll start off those shoulder shrugs. You got anything going this weekend?
Yeah, we're hosting one of the kids' birthdays this weekend and Mother's Day combination. So.
Okay. Oh yeah, obviously. Okay. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Whole lot of family coming over, or?
Well, probably gonna be 5 people total.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's not whole family.
Yeah. Yeah, as of right now, I'm pretty much not doing anything specific. Might do a little something for Mother's Day, but other than that, still trying to figure out what I'm making of my day tomorrow. Pretty much, it's like it's been racking my brain all week. It's like got to do something tomorrow.
Yeah.
And right there, transfer over to me, high knees or butt kicks, at least giving me a march right here. Carol, nice to see you. And yes, I will do something for Mother's Day. Sure. Go ahead, give me those butt kicks. It's whether or not my mom just wants to do something at home, I guess is what I should have been saying. Yeah. And right there, go ahead, give me those knee hugs, squeezing behind the knee, bringing that knee up towards the chest. It doesn't have to go all the way that high up, but at least get a nice stretch on those glutes. Some eccentric hip flexor activation as well. And from there, go ahead, transition to those squats for me here. Fast, slow, normal pace. Feel free to mix in a few different reps here. What we want to make sure we're doing right now is keeping those knees apart, pressing back on those heels to activate the glutes. And again, slower might give you more of a stretch throughout those hip and leg muscles. Faster might get that blood flow going just a little bit faster. Go ahead, give me those calf raises here at the top now with the calf raises at the top. Carol's also saying Happy Mother's Day. Back to you, Carol, in case you didn't hear. Carol, right there, go ahead, give me those side lunges as well. And Carol, in case you didn't hear me say it before, I'm not sure if you did, what we're going to be doing today is going to require some heavy weights as well as some medium weights. Those medium weights are going to be utilized for some half up, half down shoulder presses, something we've done in the past that we maybe tend to use medium weights for, as well as some bicep hold, tricep hold type of movements later on. But otherwise, feel free to use heavy weights or medium weights for those. And right there, go ahead, give me some mountain climber stretches, Spider-Man stretches, or some lunges, backwards or forwards, slow or fast. Pretty much what our goal there is. Again, just waking up the hips, waking up the knees, the lower body, getting some stretches in there, especially in the hip flexor. If we're giving us those mountain climber Spider-Man stretches, holding each side about 5-6 seconds at a minimum. If you want to hold them a little longer, that works too. And right there, I'll have you come on up, start giving me those hip openers. Now give me the opposite. Close those hip offs, activate those adductors, stretching those glutes, the opposite of what we were doing with the openers. And right there, go ahead, grab me some water. Feel free to stretch it out, walk it out a little bit more if you want to. But while you guys are getting your drink, I'm going to show you guys what we're doing to start us off here. Like I said, we have those shoulder presses. We're going half up, half down, partly. So what we're doing here is full reps. I'll eventually then tell you to switch over, just going halfway up, pretty much when that arm is parallel. Then we'll go all the way up, halfway down, back to full reps. From there, we'll have some rows into bicep curls on my count, then pullovers, bench press, and then tricep extensions on my count as well. But we're starting off with these shoulder presses here, giving me in about 12 seconds here. So again, feel free to get that water, get that extra stretch in. Otherwise, we are going here in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're going normal, full press here, full press, full range of motion. Eventually, I give you that just going halfway up count, but we're not quite there yet. Arms at about a 45-degree angle out from the body. We can have them all the way out, but some of us feel a little shoulder impingement there. All the way forwards might get us a little bit more frontal delt. And right there, start giving me just halfway up. So from the bottom, all the way from the bottom, we're going halfway up. So all the way from the bottom. There we go. Yep. Awesome. Now we're going to the top. We're giving me the opposite. Halfway down, halfway down. That's awesome. Focusing on that deltoid, that lateral part of the shoulder here, trying to keep the rest of the body nice and still. Again, just wanted to move the arms here. If you ever feel like you need to take a break, because this is getting the shoulders a little bit. And a few more, give me full repetitions here, full repetitions. I'll let you guys shake the shoulders up, but like I said, this is going to be a little fun. Here to start our class off, getting those shoulders burning here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, set those weights down here. Give me a little bit of shaking off with those shoulders. Feel free to stretch them out a little bit if you need to too. After that, I said we're going back to rows. But again, I'll give you guys a little moment. Again, this is kind of wake the shoulders up here, which is good for the wrist. Get that blood flow going all the way down. But again, these are just normal rows here. Normal rows. We'll start those in 4, 3, 2, and go ahead right there. Making sure we're squeezing those shoulder blades together, elbows up to the sky. Slight pause at the top is never frowned upon, always frowned, or always smiled upon, I should say. It is always a good idea to get a little pause at the top just to get that maximum contraction going. After this, like I said, we switch over to those bicep curls. It's going to be bicep curls are my count, where we're going to go up and then down. We're going to hold at that halfway mark. Then I'll tell you guys when to come down. Those holds will be varying in tempo here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll let you guys decide if you want to use some heavier weights or some normal weights. But once again, that's going to be up on my count, down to halfway, hold for pretty much as long as I say on that rep, down again on my count the whole way through. If those holds ever become too much, feel free to just do normal bicep curls on your own time. But let's go ahead and start. 3, 2, go up, down to hold, parallel arms to the ground here, and back down, all the way up. So all the way up. Hold at the halfway. There we go. Yep. Down. All the way up. Down to halfway. Hold. Like I said, these holds are going to be varying on my count. I'm picking up pretty randomly here. Down. Back up. Halfway down. Holding. Again, if these holds are ever too much, you're more than free to continue doing normal reps on your own time. Down, all the way up, halfway down, hold, down, all the way up, halfway down. Give me one more hold here, one more hold. 4, 3, 2, go ahead, set those weights down for me. We are heading down to the mats. We have pullovers next. If you want to get a sip of water on this transition, or bring the water bottle close to you, because we'll also have a break after this. After we're done with these movements on the ground, that's wonderful. But again, we have pullovers here, 1 weight or 2 weights optional. Normal pullovers here, 3, 2, and 1. Goal here, again, is just to keep those arms nice and straight. Keep that spine nice and neutral here, which might mean pulling that lower body or that lower spine down into the mat, probably by pushing that belly button towards the floor. And you're going as far back and as far down as your latch, your upper back allows you to do so without messing up the integrity of the spine. After this, guys, we go into bench press. After that, tricep extension, similar to those bicep curls, will be on my count. Giving me 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Transition, arms up, pressing in 2, 1. Go ahead right there, guys. Pressing down. Just a normal chest press here. Again, on your own count. Soft elbows as they touch the floor, if they touch the floor. And those tricep extensions will be skull crusher related, pretty much as we've done them before. "15 more seconds here. Really start to squeeze the chest. The next section is, of course, going to be tricep heavy. So let's get them some break. And, of course, let's maximize the chest or tension on your chest. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, rest those out. Once again, what this is going to look like is you're going to be up here. Sorry, down, up. And then we're going to hold that right there. And then I'm going to say down. You're going to come down full. Go all the way up. Down on my hold. And we're going like that. So let's start. We can start up all the way. We're going to do 1 normal rep here. So down towards the face and back up. Come back up. Down to hold. And you're holding here. Again, on my count, if at any point this is too much, feel free to do normal repetitions. Down and back up. Down and hold. Down and up. Down and hold. Down and up. Down and hold. Down all the way and up. Down to halfway and hold. Down and up. Down to halfway and hold. Down and up. 1 more hold for me, guys, here halfway. 1 more hold for me. 3, 2, and 1. Right there. Go ahead, set those weights down. Grab me some water. We'll be back here in just a moment. Yeah. I don't think we've done that in a while, so I kind of wanted to sprinkle that in there today. Like I said, grabbing me some water here, guys. We're going to be back here on the ground. We're going to have hip thrust, where it can be either dual leg or 1 leg. For me, I'll start off, if we're doing 1 leg, let's start with just that left leg, pressing those hips up, because then we're going to turn over to our right side, do some hip abduction on that left, turn back over, do the right side, etc. We're going to head down here in about 20 seconds. In fact, if you want to grab a band for hip abduction, I was going to say that at the start of class, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, so you'd still be on the ground, but if you have these wrapped around your ankles, because these kind of go around the ankles nice, Then you can do hip abduction while you're down there as well. If you want the extra resistance, completely up to you. And if you guys have bands at home as well, I meant to say that earlier, but I'm saying it now. And of course, you still have a little bit of time here. But like I said, it's going to be hip thrust, weights optional. I'm going to start off, or we'll start off if you can, just doing one leg, because then we're going to rotate it over and continue to activate that glute just in a different plane of motion. That's our goal here. But we'll start here in 3, 2, and 1. So again, if you can do that single leg, that's awesome. Trying to keep those hips square, parallel to the floor. But if you're doing dual leg, that is more than okay. And of course, again, weights optional there on the hip line to do a little bit of extra resistance as well. Right there, I'm going to give you a little bit of transition time if you want to put the band on your ankles, if you guys have one at home. But what this looks like is we're over on our right side here. And what we're just going to be doing here is hip abduction. A thing we've done in class before, trying to keep that top foot parallel to the ground, not turning it out here. That would give us more range of motion, but it's a slightly different movement. But again, we're right here, you guys. Then, like I said, we're going to go back down. We're going to do hip thrust with the other leg, and then utilize that other leg as this top movement here. 10 more seconds, and everybody's going to be trying to pulse at the top. Might be a little difficult with a band if you're using a band, so I would just recommend a hold. But right there, go ahead, pulse at the top. Pulse at the top. If you're still utilizing a band, just a hold would probably be enough for us if we're at home. 2, 1. Right there. We're going back down to the ground, utilizing what would be my right leg now to do hip thrust. We'll start in 3, 2, and begin. And again, more than okay to still be utilizing double legs here, especially if we did it the first time. And even if we didn't do it the first time, but maybe we're feeling a little fatigue already on that right side from those hip abductions, which is completely normal. It's okay to use both legs here as well. 10 more seconds, we flip on over to our side, giving me those hip abductions. 3, 2, 1. Quick transition for anyone who might need to get the band on their ankles. Starting those hip abductions in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hip abductions here. At the end of these hip abductions, we have the opportunity for a pulse. If we're not using a band, if we are using a band, a hold at the end should be more than all right. Ten seconds until you guys are giving me that pulse / hold. 10 seconds for me. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pulsing or holding at the top. Holding if we have the band. You can hold even if you're, I guess, not using a band as well. Otherwise, pulsing, especially for those without the band. 3, 2, and 1. I want you guys to come on up. Shake those legs out for me, because from here we're going into squats, into Rdls. So again, making the most out of that glute activation. Weights are optional here for the squats. 1 weight, 2 weight, completely up to you. But we're going here in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and give me those squats. Again, weights, wherever you like to hold them, guys. This is, again, freedom for where you put the weights, out here in front, down low, off to the sides, up on the shoulders like we sometimes like to do, or no weights at all if we don't want to use them. Main focus here is, of course, sit back on that heel, activate those glutes, those hamstrings too. Quads, try to keep them limited, but of course they will be activated. It's just a lot of people tend to be quad heavy, so I like to make that announcement. 10 more seconds, we transfer into Rdls. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right there, guys. Weights in front. Dual leg here, hinging at the hip. Back stays nice and straight. Utilizing those glutes and hamstrings to come on up. Go ahead and join me right here, you guys. After this, we transition back into those squats. followed by another set of those RDLs. After that, we're going to have a couple sets here of jump squats, then a water break, and then we're going to head on down to the mat here. But first, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring those weights up. Start giving me those squats right there, guys. Again, press through the heels, keeping those knees apart at all times, making sure those knees aren't coming in. Joint protection there is always important. If we feel those knees start to come in, we'd want to set the weights down. But I know you guys pretty long now. We tend to be pretty disciplined in that area. 10 seconds here, switching back to those RDLs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring those weights back forward for me, and go ahead, start hinging with me right there, guys. Still utilizing those hamstrings as that range of motion limiter here, paying attention to that, getting a comfortable stretch. Ten seconds here, and then like I said, 2 sets of jump squats here. 4, 3, 2, 1. I will let you guys set those weights down quick. Jump squats here can just be normal jump squats in loaded, or you can add trying to touch the floor in between. We're going 2 sets, 30 seconds apiece. Try to get as fast or as many reps of jump squats or as high as you can, depending on what your comfort level is. If you don't want to do the squat or the jump, we have a pulse with the calf raise. Let's start here though in 2, 1. Go ahead, jump squats or squat with a calf raise with a pulse also at the bottom. Halfway there on set 1 for me, guys. Like I said, quick break in between here. Then we get that other set. Always try to get as low as possible while still staying loaded, meaning that we feel like we can continue to get right back into that jump. 2, 1. Quick break here. Feel free to shake it out a little bit. And 4, 3, 2, with a sense of urgency, back into those squat jumps. Back into those squat jumps, of course. Squat with a pulse to a calf raise if we're not doing the jumps there at home. 15 seconds for me, guys. Yep, we killed the legs today, so we're feeling it. If you guys start transitioning to those squats, that's okay. Start transitioning to those squats. 5, 4, 3, 2. Break it off right there, guys. Grab me a drink of water. Keep walking around. Meet me on the mat here where we're going to finish off class in a second. Where are you feeling it? All in the quads. Yep. That's why we activated those glutes, was because we wanted to get the quads as little attention, because I knew they were going to start killing us with those jumps. For our first activity on the mat here, we're going to be doing these side ups, which is us. I should probably turn this way so you guys can also see. We can have this arm down, utilize it as a little bit of assistance, and then we're targeting those obliques there on the side. Catch your breath here a little bit. We're going to start here in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, guys. Almost like we're trying to touch the toes there. Feel free to take these ones slow. Sometimes these are a little bit more challenging for us, kind of like our V-ups. Again, going for reps, but still going for quality of reps first and foremost. That's always our goal. If you need to take a little break, that's okay as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate on over for me, guys. The other side. Quick rotation. Start in 2 and 1. Right there, you guys. After this, you guys are giving me a quick bolt hold. We're going into planks. We're going into Superman, Superwomans. That's ending it for us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick breather here, guys. But then I want you guys in this boat position. 2, 1, right there. Holding it out for us. Those legs can be extended they can be brought in. I'm going to let you guys choose your comfort level on that. Quick boat hold. We flip it over for us, guys, face down towards the mat. No, not yet. Not yet. Nope. After we finish this hold, yeah. No, that's okay. Yeah, exactly. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now I'll have you guys switch it on over. We're going to start off with that plank. They can be either on the forearms or hands out. We'll go there in 4, 3, 2, and 1. After this, Superman, Superwoman's finishes off so we can protect that low back. Then we'll get a drink, start our cool down, and we can get ready for our weekend after we worked hard today. Keep breathing, always important with these hold movements. We never want our blood to stay still. We never want our heart to forget that we're still contracting muscle even if it's not moving. So try to keep that breath nice and under control, under your own control. Less than 10 seconds for me, guys, on this hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick breather here. Transitioning over to that Superman. Again, that's trying to get those knees off the ground. Hands either off to the side like this or up in space like we're flying. We're going to start here in 4, 3, 2, and begin right there for me, guys. Again, goal is to squeeze the low back, squeeze the glutes here. This is one of our greater low back protectors. Goal is to get the thighs off the ground, get the chest off the ground, and pretty much just keeping that torso, that mid-torso, lower torso engaged with the floor. Over halfway here for me, guys, over halfway. 10 seconds, see if you can give me one extra squeeze to see if we lost any height with our wrists or our legs. 3, 2, and relax right there for me, guys. Go ahead, grab me a drink of water. Feel free to walk around a bit as you're sipping. When you're ready, you're joining me in this hinged over position so we can stretch our hamstrings a little bit. Feel free to touch your toes or cross your arms if touching our toes is a little bit of a distraction and we just kind of want to hang out there, because that is the goal here. This is our passive hamstring stretch here. We're really letting gravity do the work. So while we're in this moment, again, focusing on our breathing, trying to get back those deep breaths here below the diaphragm, below the rib cage. Breathing in from the stomach, not the chest. Again, we're trying to calm our nerves. Right there, I'll have you guys slowly rise up. Maybe that means tracking your hands up the shin. After that, I'll have you guys spread the legs down center for me here. Then we're going to pick a side in a moment. Again, this is allowing us to stretch a little bit more of those adductors with these legs spread apart. From there, guys, go ahead, reach over to the right side, walk it out, however you prefer to make that transfer. And right there, reach it on over to the other side for me, guys. And right there, slowly come on up. From there, I'm going to just have you guys bringing in that upper body here. Give me a few shoulder shrugs, maybe even some arm circles. If our arms aren't too tired, the goal here there is to get some blood back into the upper body. Give me that shoulder stretch, cross body. Right there, open up that chest. Give me the other side as well. Right there, go ahead, relax. Give me that quad stretch. Hold on to the wall if we have to. But again, those quads felt it a little bit towards the end of that class, so we want to make sure we're giving them a nice stretch here as well. And release. Transfer it over to the other side for me. And right there, I'll have you guys go on back towards that wall, giving me that chest stretch against the wall. Arm can be up in the 90-degree, off to the side. If it's off to the side like that, feel free to experiment with different angles as you're stretching against that wall there. Give me a deep breath and a slow exhale. Once you exhale, go ahead, switch sides for me. Same thing, deep breath, slow exhale. Come back to center for me, guys. We're going to finish with our 4-way neck, starting by dipping that chin into this chest, stretching the back of our neck. Again, making sure those shoulders are relaxed. If you got to do a few shoulder shrugs as well to get them there. And right there, guys, go ahead, bring that head back up. Switch directions for me, eyes to the sky, chin to the ceiling, stretching the front of our neck. And return to center for me. One ear, same side shoulder, side of the neck. And raise it up. Give me that same thing, other side. And right there, guys, I'm going to release you. Feel free to get a few more stretches in on your own. Definitely, of course, making sure you're drinking water there at home throughout the weekend. And, of course, enjoy yourself this weekend. Get outside if it's available. Of course, happy Mother's Day to you guys at home. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining in.